yo, Gene, would you tell them? And she said that to me and put me on the spot like that. And Puff say, Gene ain't gonna say nothing about my business to you. And then I just looked at her.
It's a natural reaction. They start mixing the facts in. They put their story with your story like that's really what happened. Women front for these fellas, fellas front for these women. It's a trait that's passed down from old heads right down to their children.
The Gene Deal Show, cooking and conversation.
We're gonna talk about when I first met Jennifer Lopez. You know, it was right after the Shine trial. You know, we was doing the Shine trial during that whole period. Yeah, I want to get a shout out to, you know, some of the people in the crews that I have never spoke about. And that was my brother Slick, Noah, TJ, Eddie, Powerful, Slick and the family from 12th Street Posse, Ice, welcome home. Glad you're home now, Ice. Did almost 30, but you know, bruh, I know you've been here for a minute. AD and Jerome, Mau Mau, Hannibal, you know, a couple other brothers, Rambo, you know, all you guys from the 12th Street Posse. And I also want to, my Same Gang niggas, you know that. Mike Cock. Mike Cock, Same Gang member, he's supposed to be doing a documentary. His son used to dance for Beyonce, and he just got off tour with Taylor Smith, and he's supposed to be coming to the crib, and I'm gonna fix him some little vegetarian. He's a vegan. I'm gonna fix him some vegetarian stuff, and he's doing a documentary on the Same Gang. So he want to interview me. So he's gonna come out to the crib, and we're gonna talk about the Same Gang. And he was a Same Gang member. He was out there. He was also there when we initiated Puff, and Puff ran, and the little fellas caught up with him. He ran from 144th and 8th Avenue all the way down to 127. And Tone Wop and a couple of other little fellas from the Same Gang caught his ass and brought him back up. And that's when he got initiated into the Same Gang. All right, so listen here. I wanted to tell y'all a couple of stories about, you know, when I first met Jennifer Lopez. You know, y'all probably know her as Joe JL, but I always called her Miss Lopez. I was never disrespectful. You know, I heard her tell Puff a couple of times I was probably the most professional guy he ever had around him as far as doing security, because I understand the rules of the game. Nothing beats an ambush. So I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do none of that shit with them. You understand? I kept it just like that. It was two incidents that I want to talk to y'all about, you know, and one was when we was in the studio and Jennifer was about to fight these girls. Now, she's always been a lady, and she used to say shit to this dumb motherfucker, and I swear for the living God, man, she was the epitome of sexy. And the things she used to say, this little stupid motherfucker, he really didn't understand. Because when he introduced her to me, he introduced me to her. He introduced me, yo, this is like my big unk, Jennifer, you know what I'm saying? And see where we at now? I got to come on this thing and get at this motherfucker over a lot of dumb shit he done did in my life, you know, even trying to get my job taken away from me and put me in positions, you know what I'm saying, that you just don't do, people who risk their life for you like that. You know, so now Jennifer was going to this big fancy gala that was in New York City, and she had this I want to say it's like a purplish dress on. It was beautiful. She had this 3-carat diamond ring. It could have been, yeah, it was 3-carat. It was a big diamond ring. She was beautiful, and she wanted Puff to go with her. Chef Disaster was good, but Puff wouldn't go with her. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be over in the studio with these little nasty tramps that this guy Slam had brought up in there. So she had went home, got dressed, went to the to her little ball or whatever they was giving in New York City at that time. And when she came back, You know what I'm saying? Me and Puff was running around in the streets and we had came back over to the studio. So she met us over in the studio and she was like, she said to me, she said, yo, Gene, why is all these little hood rap, you know, nasty, trashy ass bitches up in the studio like that? I said to her, I said, Miss Lopez, they was here when we got here, you know. She said, yeah, but they wouldn't be here. You know how Puff is. They wouldn't be here unless, you know, he wanted them to be up here. And I didn't say anything to her. So Puff told me, said, yo, Gene, take her home. You know what I'm saying? Because we were going out and she had to get dressed because she had came back from her function. So as I was taking Jennifer home, she was telling me, like, yo, Gene, you know, whoever look out for me, I look out for them. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with those little, you know, tramps up in the thing? So I said, Ms. Lopez, you know, I'm not at liberty to tell you anything about Mr. Combs. I can't do that. So I said, I'm not at liberty to say anything about Mr. Combs and his business. And she said, yo, Gene, whoever look out for me, I look out for them. You know, I said, well, I don't know anything I could tell you, Ms. Lopez, that could help you. You know what I'm saying? So she got dressed. When she came back downstairs, she had her hair in a ponytail. It looked like she had her ears greased and everything. She didn't have no earrings. You know, she had like studs on or whatever like that. She had on jeans and sneakers. She's gonna go back and she gonna tear up some shit. That shit was funny. And I was like, yo, Ms. Lopez, you all right? She said, yeah, I'm all right, Gene. But I'm telling you, I'm not going for this. So when we got back to the studio, you understand, Puff was saying we finna leave and everything. The girls had left and everything like that. So we were going over to Eugene's. Eugene was a club, I think it was downtown. It could have been 27th or 17th Street in Manhattan. And that's when we met Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Beyonce, the whole Destiny Child, Kelly with her little stank ass because she was, you know, like she had an attitude problem. But Beyonce and that girl Michelle, they was dancing, having fun and everything like that. Dane was there, Jay, they were just talking and chilling and everything like that. And then my man Tony De Niro, we was all up in there just chilling. They was chilling. I'm watching them, making sure everything is okay because I was the only one with all those celebrities. I was the only bodyguard there for them. So they was chilling and everything. They was dancing and everything. Everything was cool. So then now we go over to the cafeteria and they get into like this heated conversation with Jennifer. And they were going back and forth and Puffing them trying to convince her because he's a celebrity, he got to have all kind of girls around him and everything. And she was telling this nigga like, yo, listen to me. I've been around celebrities. I've been around people. You know what I'm saying? You're not the first. You know, for all these little hood rats to be sneaking in and out of rooms with people, you understand? Why are you got these girls up in like that? Yo, Gene, would you tell them? And she said that to me and put me on the spot like that. And Puff say, Gene ain't gonna say nothing about my business to you. And then I just looked at her and she said, Gene, they must think I'm Susie Sausage Head. They must think I'm Susie Sausage Head, Gene. And I said, I just turned my head around and I looked and I walked away from their table and their area, stuff like that. But it was close enough so I could see them. But I knew she was gearing up, you know, to lead this cat because this cat kept on playing her.